This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning to all.
Hello.
Alagpriya ma'am.
Hello. Who's
Alagpriya
speaking?
ma'am. I'm Kavita ma'am.
You're not clear.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. Alagpriya, ma'am.
Good morning to all. Challenges and opportunities.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not,
Ma'am, yes ma'am. We are hearing your voice, ma'am.
but I'm not able to see you on video.
Ma'am?
I'm
Now
not
shall I
able to
stop
see
the
you on
section, ma'am?
video.
Kavita, ma'am's video is not visible here.
1 minute. Hello ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, please unmute your video, ma'am. Share the video, ma'am. Your video, ma'am.
Just a minute.
unmute your video and share the video, ma'am.
Just a minute, just a minute.
Okay, ma'am.
Abhi, is it all right?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
clear,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Clear. Okay, ma'am. It's clear, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Alagpriya, ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning to all. Our department organized two-day national conference on rural women entrepreneurship challenges and opportunities. I would like to invite our respected principal ma'am to address the chief guest. Welcome you, ma'am.
Ma'am, please mute your audio, ma'am. We can't hear your voice, ma'am. Ma'am, we can't hear your voice, ma'am. Please mute your audio, ma'am.
Ma'am, please unmute your audio, ma'am.
Unmute your audio, ma'am.
Oh, your video is clear,
Ma'am,
ma'am,
we
but
have one option. Ma'am, we have a speaker option, ma'am, that you have to unmute that audio, ma'am.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Shall I start? Shall I start?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Gives me immense pleasure to place my greetings to the Honorable Secretary, Mrs. EMGS Indrani Amma, who has rendered her honorable strong support in all our endeavors. My cordial greeting to the eminent president, Mr. EMGS Poti Raja, and all the governing body members, Mr. EMGS Poti Gopalakrishnan sir, and Mr. Arun Poti. I joyously welcome my beloved sisters, the Vice Principal, Mrs. Sivagama Sundari, Excuse me, just a minute. Excuse me, just a minute. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's audible, ma'am.
Yeah, can I start again, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Sorry for the interruption. Warm greetings to
Thank you,
all.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
It gives me immense pleasure to greet my beloved secretary, Mrs. EMGS Indrani Amma,
Excuse
who
me,
has
ma'am.
rendered
Your
her
video
strong
is
support
not.
in all our endeavors.
Ma'am, excuse
I
me, ma'am. Your
also
video.
greet the eminent
Ma'am.
president,
Ma'am,
Mr. EMGS
excuse me,
Poti
ma'am.
Raja.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, your
Ma'am,
video is
excuse
not
me, ma'am.
audible,
Your
ma'am.
video is not visible. Your video is not
It's
visible,
all right.
ma'am.
Share my video, mom. Take it in my phone.
Okay, ma'am.
Take it in my phone, not in my laptop. Kavita?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you open my video?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
You can open, ma'am.
But I'm not able to share my.
Ma'am, you have that option, ma'am. Video option. Just you can click that video, ma'am. Unmute it and share it, ma'am.
Is it
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Now it's clear, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Now it's
Okay.
clear, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Is it clear, ma'am? Clear, ma'am.
Shall we
Yes, ma'am.
start?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Start,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes,
Ma.
ma'am. We
Thank
can
you.
start, ma'am.
Warm greetings to all.
Yes, ma'am.
It gives me immense pleasure to greet my Honorable Secretary, Mrs. EMGS Indrani Amma, who has rendered her strong support in all our endeavors. My cordial greetings to the eminent President, Mr. EMGS Poti Raja, and all the governing body members, Mr. EMGS Poti Gopalakrishnan, Sir, and Mr. Arun Poti, Sir. I joyously welcome my beloved sisters, the Vice Principal, Mrs. Sivagama Sundari, and the Director, Mrs. Divya Aru. I put forth my cordiality towards my brother, Administrative Officer, Mr. V.M. Sundarajan, and I welcome my academic crew, the Controller of Examination, Mrs. Kamala, and the Dean, Mrs. Indra Rani. I extend my cordiality towards all the faculty members of my department who has always shouldered their responsibilities as mine and always placed me in a comfortable zone. Now I take a special privilege in welcoming our chief guest, Mrs. Harini Ramanathan. She holds a graduation in mathematics and has done advanced professional and advanced diploma in training and development. She has also done her graduate degrees in behavioral theory, emotions, and life. Been a trainer in the College of Business Science, NLP in Florida, British Council, ICPEM, and also owns an internationally accredited and educational institution by the name of Viba Educational Service Corporation. She holds a lot of awards and recognitions at the top 50 awards in 2020, the Best Life Skill Trainer Award in 2020, the Ratna Bharat Award in 2020 for her achievements in providing education, a Young Women Entrepreneur Award in 2020, her Raising Women Restarter Award in 2019, and 150 SME Women Entrepreneur Award in 2019, the Lioness Best Trainer Award in 2018. She has been an executive board of member of NFED, life member of NFED, and national felicitator from NFED, and won the National Felicitator Award also. She has conducted innumerable number of on training programs on personality development, memory and concentration, positive parenting, etc. She has been the resource person and guest speaker for innumerable number of programs. Now I come and place my special welcome to the Honorable Chief Guest, who has done a miracle and a lot of achievements in her career. I'm very blessed to welcome her. I welcome you, ma'am, to this seminar, and we are very much pleased, and I would like to place my warm reception to one and all. I hand over the session to Alahupriya.
Thank you, ma'am. I invite our chief guest to deliver the valuable speech. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning. Am I audible and clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make me host so that I can also share my screen? If you could give me the host, co-host privilege. Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Your audio is very well, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
It's clear, ma'am. Your
but
voice is clear, ma'am.
I want to give me the privilege of screen sharing that I'm not able to do. Make me host, please.
Yes.
I will do.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just give me a second. You've given me the host?
Ma'am,
I'm not able to share my screen still.
you are
So,
now, ma'am. You are now presenter and organizer, ma'am. Please share your
okay.
screen, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm trying. Just give me a minute. Just a second. Because this is some different app we are using and No, I'm still not able to access my screen. Can you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? No, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just give me a second. I don't know this. There is some issue in the app. That's why it's having lot of issues. I have to. What I will do is I will disconnect and join again. Just give me a minute.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm able to share my screen now. Is my screen visible and audible? I mean, you can see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry for this technical glitch. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, AMG Yadava Women's College, for this wonderful initiative. And I'm glad to be part of this today's virtual conference on rural women entrepreneurship challenges and opportunities. I take this privilege to express my gratitude to the secretary and correspondent Tirumadi EMGS Indrani ma'am and EMGS Potiraja's president sir, and my gratitude and warm regards to Pushpalata ma'am. Thanks for the wonderful introduction of me, and I also convey my regards and gratitude to the uh, honorable team and admin staffs and the management of EMG Yadava Women's College. Thanks so much. And here I am going to today throw some light on women entrepreneur challenges and opportunities. When I talk about women entrepreneurs and challenges and opportunities, all what I want to say, I'll just give a short introduction about my Viva. Viva is an educational training and coaching consultancy. It's an international accredited standards. I am a solo women entrepreneur running my business for 7 years today. And the vision of the company is to grow into a stronger and empathetic entity by providing a channel to help individuals of all stages to overcome their low confidence and self-esteem issues, and by that by act as a guiding light. So what we do, we help women, we help students, we help parents, we help teachers on various training and coaching programs. And one of my niche programs is Success Design Program and Positive Thinking Challenge, where I help people in this pandemic to think positive, to stay happy and strong. So I'm not getting into much of detail about me, but I'm, as I said, I'm one of the board members of NFED and also work with Times of India as an NIE consultant. I'm one of the top 50 achievers in India under 50, which was published in 2020 by Indian Achievers Club Maharashtra. And these are some of my educational credentials which has been given already, so I'm not taking you through. I'm just scrolling upon, and today what we are going to see, what I'm going to discuss in the next 1 hour. Entrepreneur basic and attributes that I feel a women entrepreneur, if you're planning to start your business, if you're planning to do something, you should know what is all about. And opportunities for women entrepreneurs, and 7 challenges that women face, and the problems of Indian women entrepreneurs and the mindset of entrepreneurs. This is what I'm going to take you and discuss through the next 1 hour. Entrepreneur. Who's an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is the one who takes the opportunity and exploits it. Like, you should not wait for things to happen. Rather, you have to use the opportunity to what is that vision? Why I want to become an entrepreneur? Not just earning money. What, but beyond that, what I want to do. Now, earning money is part of business, but nothing all doesn't go with earning money alone. So, what is my vision? So, when I started my company, I had a vision to help people who are having low confidence, low self esteem, and don't know where to go, how to succeed in life, all those things. Because I was also there. Nano vandu I was suffering. I don't know where to go. I was very badly feeling so with no help. I was little stressed. There is no one to guide me. So that's the time when I got help. I decided, okay, I have to do this. That's the time I started. So the next one is you have to have a mission. Okay, how I'm going to do this? What are the things? Who I'm going to teach? What I'm going to teach? Or what I'm going to produce? If I'm going to produce a soap, then யாருக்கு I'm going to sell? யாருக்கெல்லாம் நான் கொடுக்க போறேன்? என்னென்ன மாதிரியான soaps பண்ண போறேன்? If I'm going to start business in dress, selling sarees or selling cosmetics, we are going to become a reseller or whatever it is, then who are my target audience? How many people I'm going to guess, send my sell my sarees or my dress materials? How I'm going to do? And what is the amount of money I'm going to bring into the family or help my family? So you have to think, you have to understand the mission. For me, the mission is like, I'm planning to work with 10,000 women in the next 2 years, encourage and motivate 10,000 women entrepreneurs or to achieve their business success. So I got some success, I got some awards, I got some international accreditations, but people doesn't know how to get it. எங்க போகணும், யார்கிட்ட போகணும், என்ன doubts, ஒரு problems எடுக்கும் பொழுதும் 1000 doubts I have, right? நமக்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே ஒரு பயம் வருது, ஒரு சந்தேகம் வருது, ஐயோ முடியுமா, ஜெயிக்க முடியுமா, கஷ்டமா இருக்கு, இதுக்கு எப்படி சால்வ் பண்றது தெரியல. So we all have lots of doubts. அந்த doubts எல்லாம் வந்து you need a mentor to work with you. So first what I was saying is you should have a vision, then goals. முக்கியமானது லைஃப்ல women has to say, I'm very I'm stressing on this again. The traditional women number, how we are brought up is finish your school, finish your college, get married, give birth to 2 child, send them to school, you eat and sleep at home, do the work. You can't even think beyond anything. அப்படிதான் வரும். But now women entrepreneurs are coming up. At least end of the day என்ன ஆயிடுறதுன்னா, we have to support our family. நம்ம ஃபேமிலியை we have to support. So nowadays women entrepreneurs are starting some of their own business, at least in terms to have a financial support. So beyond all this, or women should have a motivation inside. You should have a motivation. Usually this age of like 18 to 23, if you see this age, நம்மளோட thoughts எல்லாமே வந்து கல்யாணம், get a man, romance. We are fascinated by the world of what goes on behind the movies. This is what we think the life is. But when you come to your 30, 35, you will hit a reality that, oh, this is very tough. It's very tough. So yeah, I would most of my conversations I'm going to keep in English only, ma'am. Thanks for all your chat answers. Maybe 1 or 2 lines here and there. I understand the participants across India. So thank you for giving me your answers in the chat. So what we think is, so you get married, this is your final destination. But when you are moving your 30s, 35 plus, when you face a lot of challenges in the family, and after 40, when you're near 40, when the children start growing up, every people undergo something called midlife crisis, and women also undergo that. At that time, when your children grow up, when you look at back, you don't have anything at all. You don't have any self identity. You don't have anything. Of course, what we okay, I brought up my two children who are leaders today. Apart from that, what was there for you did? So we have been trained like you are a production machine which is giving birth to children. But there is much, much beyond women can do. If you have all the potential and you have all the motivation and you have all the fire inside you. It's not that if you start working, you have to let go of your family. You have to know how to balance it. I am still cooking at my home. There is lockdown. We all know. I am doing my jadu pocha everything, but my husband helps me in the kitchen sometimes. He takes care of the part of the work. So we have split up the work and we are doing. So I am doing still. I am the only one cooking. Nobody have to just manage our time and then do our work, business or entrepreneurship, or if you're getting into a career, want to become a corporate leader, everything is fine. But women has to think beyond a normal lifestyle of just getting married and being a homemaker. You at least you can do one small thing that will bring you a lot of confidence and a lot of happiness and a lot of self-respect. Because over the times you start feeling I'm losing my self-respect. To gain that, you have to work on this. So vision pyramid is nothing but when you build your business, you have to understand based on your values. Values is nothing but your honesty, your happiness, your integrity. Suppose if you are selling a damaged piece to to the customers, you should have an integrity that you should have the honesty. Okay, I should not sell this just not because for the money I'm doing business. You should have the value. When you work every day according to the values, you will be in a high successful level when you're in your business. So I hope so what I'm going to go through is first I've told about a vision and start. It is little bit detail about the technical part. I'm not getting inside the technical, but what I'm saying, women those who are planning to start a business or in business or future aspirants. Now, if you are an aspirants, if you are students, if you want to start business, whenever you start business, first identify what is my value, what is important for me in my life, what is my principles, what is my ethics. Then you work on your business, you will be super successful. The next one is mission, like why I'm doing this business, for what I'm doing. That has to be told to the world or to the outside community, to your friend circle. You have to tell why I'm doing this business. It can be for anything, but what is the mission behind it. And motivation, you have to have the motivation in you, the fire. uh, of course you can get inspired by such talks which we are listening to now, or evening or tomorrow you are going to listen one more talk, you get inspired. But if you don't have the internal motivation, it is going to be difficult. So how to get the internal motivation? Sit with you. உங்களோட உட்காந்து எனக்கு வாழ்க்கையில என்ன அச்சீவ் பண்ணணும், எனக்கு என்ன வேணும், what I want to achieve in life. Ask this question, you will get the answer. Every time you ask this question, you will get the answer. What do I want in my life? It will say money, it will say fame, it will say appreciation, it will say recognition, it will say great leadership role. எது வேணா இருக்கலாம். But you ask this question to yourself every day. What do I want? What do I want? Not my father wants, not my mother wants, not my husband wants, or not my other anybody in the world wants. What do I want? Ask this question, you will get the motivated. You will feel the motivation. So locus of casualty is what, like women entrepreneurs, for example. Suppose if women entrepreneurs achieve success, they say, "Oh, it's luck. It's all no. Friends helped me. It all followed. No, yeah, there was a demand that the people cannot go to shops. I started selling online my sarees, so people started buying. So I am lucky because of the pandemic. I am lucky. Yes, but to sell one saree or one, the women has to show it or through the people through the social media. Then she has to get their address, she has to book, get the payments, then check for the payments, courier, ask the courier boy or go to the courier shop, courier it properly, and until it reaches the customer, it's her headache. So beyond one selling one saree, there is so much. But what women do? It just happened by luck. Nothing I did. I did nothing. So women will not accept. See, this is not only women entrepreneurs. General entrepreneurs என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா தன்னோட சக்சஸ்க்கு வந்து எப்பொழுதுமே they will not take a full accountability. At the same time, if I fail in my business, they'll say now I am also saying, like we are all saying, those who are in business, oh, business is very dull, nobody is buying my product because there is pandemic outside, because people are busy, because people don't have money, people have salary cuts, I am not getting any class or work or something. So for every failure also, we put the blame on the outside world. Okay, that's called locus of causality. Okay, so what you need to do, I would say to all the women listening to me, to all the people, those who are listening to me, this is one secret of success that I'm sharing with you. Just one secret of success. You follow this alone, you will be taken to the next level in your life. You will get that success. Just start setting your goals. Take a note, write down your goals, whatever you want to achieve. See, you may be very bad in health, but you want to get better. You might not have 1,000 rupees at account, but you want to get 10,000 rupees next month. You write it. So don't think about what you have currently, but do write down your goals. The first, any women entrepreneur or anybody who want to be successful in full life, you have to have the habit of writing down your goals regularly. This I tell to thousands of people every other time when I mean speak in public forums. This is the success. This is the first step to success. I want a yes from the audience. So I'm not meeting you. I'm not seeing you, everyone. I hope you're all listening to me. So just give me an yes in the chat box. Then I will move on. I'm looking for an yes for my energy booster. Just an yes type. So do you all, so goal setting is most important. Are you all with me? Just type a yes in the chat box so that I am audible and clear, so that I need an acknowledgement from the other side. Yes, can I get an yes from the chat box? Yes. So am I still audible, clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. Because we don't know what's happening, right? I'm just lost sometimes, so I want to check it again and again. So I'm looking for the participants yes in the chat box. As I keep talking, just keep typing yes if you're all with me. So when you set goals, so you can ask me, okay, Harini, we are in a 2-day conferences discussing about rural women entrepreneurs and challenges, and you are talking about vision, mission, goals. But trust me, these are the basics. These are the basics. If this basics every women entrepreneur follows, nobody can take her success from her. And the important step is goal setting. Okay, and when you set goals, see now we are facing a lot. Okay, we are stressed, we are feeling sad, we are feeling unlucky, we are depressed, right? So much of negative feelings we are undergoing. But grab your notebooks one more time, and if you write a goal, you will feel so good and inspired and motivated. At any point in time in life, the entrepreneur cannot just sit back and wait for things to get better. That's what I said before, as Peter Drucker says. So you have to put down goals, you have to take the action, and you have to take it to the next level. So big audacious goals. You have to have big goals, like I want to earn 10 lakhs, 10 million. That's a big goal you need to have. You might not have all the resources. You might not have, you don't know anything. You can't even speak for 2 minutes continuously in English. That might be your communication. That's okay though. That is okay. Completely okay. What I need to do is, what you all need to do is have these goals regularly and the strategies, how I'm going to achieve the goal. And if you fail, it's okay. Even today I am failing. We are failing. I do one work, it doesn't get worked. Maybe something happens, but you have to keep it trying one more time. keep trying again and again. Someone will call you for your work or will buy from you no matter what, if your products are good, if your service is good. So, entrepreneur perspective. So, what I was talking all this time is about an entrepreneur has to have a vision, mission, goal at the first. That's the basics. But what is the perspective of an entrepreneur? It may be a women or a man, but women entrepreneurs need to have this, have to have the behavioral of an entrepreneur. How an entrepreneur behaves. Like, this is my baby. Whatever the service you have found or the products you're selling, it's your baby. You have found it. So you should have that pride in you that this is mine. How you're proud when you have a baby in your hand, how you're proud of your responsibility, similar way. And you should have an awareness what is happening outside you. You can't be just sitting around and thinking what, not aware of what is happening. So now for now entrepreneurs, we are moved to digital. Lot of stuffs are going around, and I had to get into a lot of digital stuff to buy to sell my products. So some one among us the my whatever you're seeing in the PPT, if you like it, the pictures, the image, it's what I brought from online digital version to make my PPT better, to keep my audience engaged with me. Because this awareness, it's new in the market, because you are seeing only my face. Now you are seeing only my face. There is nothing else we could talk, and I can't see any one of you, right? In that case, what is going to keep you stable, and what is going to keep you engaged or make my session interesting would be these pictures, if not possible. So you are aware certain new products coming in the market, and you have to keep updating it. Otherwise, no, you will go back. And an entrepreneur has to be a go-getter. If you plan for something, you should achieve it. You have to achieve it, no matter what. Spend hours, 10 hours, go to someone, learn it, try it, 1,000 times fail, one more time try it, you have to get it. And you have to intuitive, believe your intuition. If your thing says, no, this is the way, you should not do, this way you have to do, you have to understand all that. And persistence. You have to entrepreneur, if you start a business, women's out there, if you are starting a business after 1 year, you are wait, okay, coming up with some soaps. Okay, nobody buys from you for the first month. Second month, one people buys. Again, third month, nobody buys. Again, fourth month, two people buys. You can't just let go of it. You have to try again and again and again. It will take a minimum of 1 to 2 years to reach the market. You have to have the patience, and persistence is the reason behind the success. So a women entrepreneur has to be so learn social learning, like you have to attend from social how people are doing things, how they are selling their products, how they are selling their services, and whatever an entrepreneur, as I said, a women entrepreneur will blame her own mistakes, or if things don't go well, they'll say it's all because of me. I didn't do well. You have to work on the attitude. You cannot keep blaming yourself for something doesn't happen. Uh, Suppose, say I'm speaking, suppose if there is some internet glitch or technical glitch happened in the initial stage, I can't blame myself for, okay, you're unlucky, this is not going, see, this is what will happen. If you try new things, you will not succeed. These are the negative words which runs in every one of our mind. We have to just shut it out and just work on it, because you have put all your hard work in bringing out. Just because the negative voice is running in your mind, you will not be successful. No, she can do if she start a business. If I start a business, I will not be successful. Or throw out all these words and just work. Put your hard work, you will get the benefits. So proactive, rational thinking is nothing but what you have to do is, see, people have been selling clothes, saris, dress, or maybe something else. But suddenly, what happened? We are not going to the shops. We are not buying that much of clothes, because we are not stopped for buying for events and functions, and no, all our festivals, because we cannot go. We have stopped. The number of things stuff you have bought has come down. So, but what happened? The people like Ramraj or any branded, they have started doing mask, because they know mask is going to sell. So they jump from it. and also doing mask or cotton mask of dhoti men mask, and some people are also into bridal mask because, and some people they start thinking like that, like selling mask for various kinds of people. So can someone please mute?
Excuse me, participants, please mute your mobile. Krishnaveni ma'am, please mute it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So thank you so much, ma'am. So what you have to do is a woman has to have this. You have to take risk. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to take risk. If you are fearing for taking risk, then entrepreneur is not for you. You have to take risk, but it's not that you have to take a big risk. You can take small risk and try. Like, okay, buy some this much of sarees and sell whether I'm able to try it out. You need not invest so much and start big. You can start very small, and you have to take the risk every other day being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is all about risk taking. Okay, so the Druckerian views again, the Peter Drucker says you have to have a creativity. You have to have creativity and innovation. So what happens for me? I was doing counseling, I was doing goal setting, all that. But in the pandemic, suddenly last year, people started becoming so anxiety and panic. Now we know what is that COVID is, but last year it was something new. We are having the fear of unknown. That time, on the day one of lockdown, I started my 21 days positive thinking challenge. With all the creativity I had, that what I want to teach to the people, I started. You entrepreneur has to be creative and keep changing and adapting to the surroundings to survive, and to that's where the success comes. That's where the success comes. Okay, so you have to be creative, and when you have a solution for what the people's problem, people will buy from you. Surely they will buy. So if you say, if you have this kind of hair falling and my shampoo or my hair oil is going to help you out, people will buy it. No doubt about it. And based on the quality and the reach, you will get more customers over the time. So what I want to say, entrepreneur, uh, when an entrepreneur, you become an entrepreneur. If you start up, if you design, you start your business, you become an entrepreneur. You have to be obsessed with the needs of meeting the clients. Okay, so what the client wants, what I need to. So I was invited to speak. I was talking with Padma ma'am, like, ma'am, what to speak, what all the people, who are all. Then I went and go through the brochures. What is the area need to be focused? Then build my topic based on that. You have to do this when you're producing giving something for your client. If the client asks, no, I don't want this, I want that. So if you are in a sari business, for example, if you're planning to start a sari business, you're selling for sari for 5,000, but your customer asks, I want a sari for 1,000, can you arrange it? You have to either get the sari to the customer, or you have to show to your customer that this person is selling the same sari, go and buy it. You have to do that to the clients. Then the clients will love your product. Okay, but you cannot love your product or clients. Like, oh, my product is amazing. This is wonderful in the, but you cannot do that. You have to uh, be obsessed meeting the needs of your clients. That's what you need to do. And when crisis like this comes, now this is a crisis. Making business is difficult. Making there are salary cuts in everywhere, and people losing jobs. Deaths are happening. But you have to embrace the crisis and see how can I make things differently, do things differently. That I'm going to cover in the next few slides. How people are differently, innovatively thinking and still selling their product sitting at home. So you can do it, but all you need to think is like how to do it. If you start thinking on the way, you will get that. And women, I would suggest all the women to know your numbers. Understand your numbers is what's your profit, what's your margin, how much investment I'm making, what is my liability, what is all that. You, as a commerce management students, you know much better than me about the liabilities and assets. In future, don't get hold. I mean, you hold of this. Have this numbers. Be strong in the numbers. Have a budget for your company. Work on the numbers. That's more important. I was not aware. I'm started learning. I'm using it nowadays. Every other day I go back and see my numbers. The more you understand your numbers, you become great at your business. And marketing and sales. See, we all women have something or products, but we don't know how to market. We don't know how to reach the bigger audience. So you have to learn that training on marketing and sales. So what is the characteristics of entrepreneurship is all about? And women entrepreneur has to take risk. She has to take a risk. You have to have your hard work and discipline and the knowledge about the products and service and how the market is working. And you have to have the financial literacy and money management skills. So go and learn a course on financial management, handling your money, investing in something, and planning and execution is must. To deliver certain things, you have to plan one. To deliver today, this session today, I was planning 20 days. I started my work 20 days before. It's not that last day before yesterday I started to work on this, because that much effort you need to put, then only the success will be there. Otherwise, you will do business, you can survive, but if you need to be on the top of the world, or if you need to be like, if you want to be so happy with what you're doing, then you need to put that hard work and effort. Okay, and whenever you do whatever work you do, should have the passion towards it. It's not like just doing it for the sake of, okay, you want this, okay, I'll send it across, tomorrow you will get. You should have the passion from inside while delivering it to the customers. When you have the passion, the customers will love your products or your service. So you have to be also adaptable and flexible to achieve your goals. So you have to adapt. Like, I was doing a lot of workshops for school students. Since children are already in a lot of stressed out and being, and every other parent doesn't want the child to sit in laptop for one more hour, because from morning to night they are already in laptop. So I was not able to do my sessions for children, but I quickly jumped to teachers, trainers, public. So you have to adapt. If one doesn't, okay, suppose if you understand so okay, slippers, if you are into sandals and slippers selling, footwear selling, we are not much going out, maybe 2 pairs is more than enough for the next 1 year. So you will have a drastic in sales. But what people need now, people need masks, people need all stuff at home, they can't come out. I want something, I can't go out, the basic necessities. So that if you start selling, then people will buy. So you're a seller. That's the basics. But what you sell, depending on the problem, depending on the situation, that you can adapt and change if you want. So till now, I have spoken about entrepreneur basics and what an entrepreneur characteristics and how an entrepreneur has to be. I hope I am clear here. Am I clear? Is it interesting? I just looking yes from the chat box, or I am just looking for an yes. I can't see anything in the chat box. I hope people are still there. Just yes. Can I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Looking for the participants. Very quiet participants there. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So now I will move on to the challenges. 7 challenges that women entrepreneurs face when doing business. The first one is defying social expectations. The second one is accessing funding. The third one is struggling to be taken seriously. The fourth one is owing your own accomplishments. The fifth one is building a support network. Sixth is balancing work and family. Last one is fear of failure. These are the common challenges that women entrepreneurs face. And I too face a lot of this in my business. So, for the first, define your social expectations. So, when a woman gets into a seminar room or a room full of board members or some business meet, there will be 15, 20 men, but there will be 2 or 3 women. Only 3 women doing business. In a business conference room, if you go, only few women will be there. Most of them will be men. Still, the gap is very big. And when you start speaking to the men in business, you start feeling like, okay, I have to have the competitive spirit. I have to be little harsh, because women are little, we are soft, no? I have to be little more aggressive. Then that's the concept. That's you start thinking when you meet men. But what successful business CEO says is this. Some of the successful people says you have to remain true to yourself. You don't need to believe that being a leader you have to become aggressive, you have to be hard faced, you have to be strict. You don't need to be like that. You can be soft. All you need is confidence in who you are and what you do. That's what you need. Even if you sell a small bag, you don't need to compare yourself and feeling low for someone doing big. Be confident at what you are doing. That's what is most important, more important today. Accessing funding. When women want to start business, not all startups look for funders. Like when I started my business, I was not looking into any money because mine is a service industry where I have to do counseling, coaching for people. What my investment was my knowledge. I had to learn a lot of courses. Of course, I needed money, which I had with me. I took from my husband and put it in my as an investment. So I don't need investors from outside to invest in my business. Suppose if you are starting a you need investors. If you someone can give in your family, then you can. But if you don't have, but still you're thinking to start that business and you're very confident that I will succeed in this sari business, then you need an investor. To get the money from the investor, you have to do the pitching process. Pitching is like what you are going to do, what business you are going to do, how you are going to do, and how successful you want to be. Within a small time, you have to get the attention of the investors. Okay, give me 10 lakhs, I will make it 20 lakhs within 2 years, and I promise, and I'm going to do it through my saree selling and my cloth selling. So the way which you have to make with the investors, they have to get attracted and they have to invest in your business. But it is very difficult. I have been witnessing a lot of women who are doing pitching process in front of angel investors. When we are in a women networking meeting, we get some meetings. We get some women networking meetings where we will all be sitting and the investors will come and women will go and pitch their business to get the money. Trust me, it's very difficult to convince an investor. So it's really difficult. But what we can do is, if you start your business and if you earn more and if you get that much lakhs, and then you become an investor and give it to one more woman who starting a small business in your community or in your locality. So women who are looking for business investors have to have a big confidence through. If you have a team, if you're running a company, I mean, if you're having going to start a company, then should have a great team who's going to support you and a business plan, a proper business plan. You have to understand what is business plan. Okay, how I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, then get your then go and meet your investors. So this is one of the example I was telling. This is my networking meet. I go often attend networking meet. This is I think 2-3 years back. I was one of the keynote speaker for the day, where I was addressing all these women you are seeing on the screen. So I was as a speaker, I was addressing them how to think, and people you are seeing who is in the center, he is an investor who is right in the center. He is a business investor. He came to the meeting. Other people were pitching their business to get money from him. So it's very tough. But uh, but what female entrepreneurs can do is, you can raise your capital through asking the investors like what you need exactly, how much you need, and even if it's more than what you want, it's okay. But you should have the confidence to ask for. Women fail to get that confidence. I mean, you don't feel like asking one help from other. Okay, can you get me this? Can you buy me this? Or you think like, okay, what she will think if I go and ask her help? I will not. That kind of low self-talk is there in all the women. Business is all about asking for help or asking for reference and asking for business. There is no wrong in asking. You have to throw out your shame. Like you can't feel shameful for doing your business or asking for any contacts or asking to refer. Suppose if you're selling one saree to your friend or anyone, you should tell them refer your friends or refer your neighbors or refer your relatives. You should do that. You women can't think like, okay, I cannot do that, it's shameful. No, if you feel shameful to sell your product, nobody will do the marketing for you. You have to sell it shamelessly. So learn to build the confidence, overcome your negative self-talk in your mind that I am not good enough, I'm not popular, they don't like my products. These are all the things you need to throw it out when you become an women entrepreneur. To solve the problem of struggling to be taken seriously. If you want people to be taken seriously, then you have to do all this. To combat them, so when you join women entrepreneurs groups or women entrepreneur groups which you see in your networking and surrounding areas, you have to provide mentors and peers to inspire. So you have to get your mentors or you become a mentor to the other women entrepreneurs. Teach them what are your failures you've gone, what are the success you have faced, how to go about it. So every day I get calls from a lot of women saying, "Ma'am, how to do this? How to?" So I mentor them through the calls. So you have to help. Once you get to that place, you have to help other women entrepreneurs to see a lot of women entrepreneurs in the future. Because women entrepreneurs in the city, in the urban area, gets lot of help. Whereas in the rural, they don't know what to do, they don't know where to go, but they have wonderful talents in their hand. So when you have the ability to connect to the rural entrepreneurs, you need to do this. You need to help them bring up their products and their services out. So owing your own accomplishments. So this is what a woman has to be confident about her success. Like what confidence in her business, in her products. This is where most of the women lack. So you have to recognize your value of being creative and innovative when you bring something into the market. You have to be proud of building a support network. So business today industry is not what you know, is how who you know. Like if I have a great product, it doesn't going to matter. But one contact which brings me into the college to speak, that's more important. Or if I have a sari, if I have a huge no jewel shop for 10 lakhs, if one of my jewel is 10 lakhs, I can't wait for the people. But if I know a person who is going to buy me the 10 lakh jewelry, then he is my customer. So it's what who you know. So your contacts is more important in business. And 48% of women entrepreneurs says that we don't have mentors who limits the personal growth. So which helps us. We don't know what to do with business, how to come out of business. So when you see women mentors, you go and get connected with them, get suggestions, get ideas, get advice from them. And Ravin Sharma says no ask no get. Women has to ask for help. How to do? There will be someone helping you. Maybe in your circle itself someone will have, like, you might thinking, okay, I want to start a business, I don't know where I will go and get the raw materials or the products. Then some of, if you talk to your friends, your friend's father will be running a textile industry, and he might be ready to give a bulk for some amount so that you can start your business. So you have to open and ask. Then only you will get to know which people is going to help you. So when we talk about family and business, it's very difficult for women to manage the both. Okay, but today culture is supporting. They are helping women to work, being more flexible, which is very good. No, we are able to do it. So when you work for others, you will feel wonderful. Even in corporate companies, you are getting during maternity holidays, other illness, you are getting a lot of health aspect holidays with salary pay, which is good. And now no, they are not much encouraging women to come for night shifts. They are telling, okay, you do home, you work from home. There are a lot of opportunities open up for women. But when you start a business and work for yourself, that gives you immense freedom, and that gives you a lot of sense of happiness and satisfaction. So encourage women to start a lot of new creative, innovative products. And when you become an entrepreneur, you have to draw your boundaries. You have to clearly tell the family, this is my working time. Now I said this, I'm going to be in the conference for next 1 hour, so don't disturb me. I have clearly told my family nobody can come inside my room. So women have to draw their boundaries when they are into work. Otherwise, you will be losing the balance between family. You finish your core, then take it, and based on your priorities. Some of the women might think, "Ma'am, I cannot get into business because I have a younger one at home, or I have to take care of old people who are this dependent on me." I understand that. What you need to do is start with small time, like maybe 1 hour a day, or 2 hours a week, or 3 hours a week. It needs the confidence and the courage to start with. As time goes, you can slowly extend. Okay, so you don't need to do 7 hours and 8 hours of business every day. Even 1 hour a day, just selling your products on your online. If you get some income, or if you want to spread your knowledge, what you know to the world, then that is enough. That's great. So you don't need to start with a big thing. You can start small. It's okay to start small. That's what I want to say here. And most of the women entrepreneurs who I've met in the past, they say, "Ma'am, I feel so guilty that I cannot take care of my child." Hello? Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah,
Yes,
am I
ma'am.
clear? Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
was just checking. So most of the women says, like, "Ma'am, I feel guilty because I'm not able to spend my time with my children." Uh, so you have to be clear with your priorities. If your family is important, see, I'm for me, family is important. The priority comes family first, but you have to adjust based on how you're going to work. So plan accordingly. So get up early, finish your cookings, or do then keep 1 hour of time slot for your business, 1 hour of time slot for your health, exercise. So all that you need to plan accordingly. Or if you're okay, you have to keep and help to cook, assistance to cook if you have the wealth, enough wealth. So you have to decide accordingly. Um, so so and one more thing, like, not everyone can start business. Please understand that. It's not that everyone can become an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a skill that it comes from inside. But if you wish to become a one, if you want to become a one, then you can learn to become one, and you can become one. There is no doubt in that. Okay? That's what I want to say. It's all that you have to think, like, what do I want? How do I want? Do I need to start a business, or it's okay, I'm going to sit at home? But you have to also think about the identity thing part which is inside you. And end of the day, you women says, "I don't get respect in my family, I don't have the self identity, or I feel I'm a waste, I'm not doing anything useful." This are, you have to be in peace with these talks. If you are calm with yourself, then do whatever. But if something you feel like, "No, I'm not the one who's going to watch TV and watch the negative news and watch serials and sit and eat and sleep, I am a different woman," then work on it. 7 years before, that was my mental talk. In fact, I started working when I was in my PG. When I was doing my MCA itself, I started taking tuitions. So I understood that I am a woman who is enterprising, who, of course, I started to teach tuitions to support my family because there was a financial crunch. But I understood I can't sit idle and sleep and eat. And the other one I also understood is I can't also work under someone. Rather, like to own my own thing. So that's where I identified myself as an entrepreneur. So you have to be clear what you really want with. See, I know a lot of people, those who are just being a mom. It's okay. You don't need to feel guilty about, like, everyone is starting a business. I am sitting, and there you don't need to go feel bad. It's not that. I am speaking today, it's not about to make you feel bad. But the life doesn't end here with just eating and sleeping and being a homemaker and a mother and a wife. There is something beyond which you can do. You can get into a social life as a volunteer, help people. Like now in the pandemic, people are donating blood, people are donating food, people are donating plasmas. So anyway, any other way you can do is always welcome. You have to give back to the society what you have got. You have got some 10 dress with a good house, parents, then you have to some give back something to the society to help the one who has not got the privilege that you have got. That should be the ultimate. The any way you choose, it's yours. You can choose any way, but you have to do something back to the world. That's the justice you are going to do for you to be born in this world. So when I talk about failures, business comes with failures. Without failures, you cannot run a business. Every month there is a failure. Every time that might be, you might fail. Even people say success. Suddenly, certain things will not work. So you plan something, things will take a toss. You cannot move forward. And especially with women, as I said, coping with family and business, women starts to plan something. Suddenly, your child falls sick at home. Your parents or your caretakers, if you are a caretaker, the older ones have some health issues, or you also feel sometimes not well. You have to take a pause. You have to just take a pause. You need not stop it. Go back, correct things, and then proceed with your business. Suppose if you are not well, then take care of your health. Work on your health for some time. Get it done, get it corrected. Then do it again. It's all that you need to continue working. You need not quit for any reason. If people don't buy from your products, if people don't hear you what you're selling, you have to just understand that it's my learning experience, because you become great at hearing a no from people. You've seen a lot of failures. That's what the life teaches you. And when success comes, you accept it. Again, one more time, you fail. It will be okay to accept it, because you have faced a lot of rejections in the past. So there are various schools in Bangalore. I'm from Bangalore, who have said no to me in the past. But today, every other college in Tamil Nadu and Bangalore are calling me for speaker sessions. That's the success you need to play in the next few years if you are going to become a women entrepreneur. So success is like with struggle, it comes with losses. You have to do mistakes. You make a lot of wrong decisions. That's the pathway to success. But as long as you are in the journey, it will take you to the place where you have to reach, where you want to reach. So what I was saying is, take a break if you have any issues. If you have any problems in the personal friend, for 10 days, 1 month, take a break. Then you start a business, continue your business again. You don't need to quit your business because women always think, no, okay, something happens in my family, I need to quit. And you fear for this and you don't take an action. You don't need to quit. Maybe you need to stop your working hours. Maybe you're working for 3 hours a day. You have to work just half an hour a day because you don't get time. You have to take care of your young children or your parents or anyone who is sick at home. But you don't need to stop that for sure. So women fear of this. Like, I need to stop if something comes in the middle. So better I will not start anything. Though I know how I'm a wonderful drawing person, but I will not start drawing classes because if my child falls sick, I cannot teach. This is what the most of the women says to me. It's not true. It's not at all true. Okay. I've told my daughter when she was 2 years old, because 2 years I didn't start my business. I stopped my business when I was like 6th or 7th month teaching. I was in tuitions basically. When she was 2 years old, I told her, Beta, I just need 2 hours, 5 to 7 I have to be in tuitions. I'll play with you 4 to 5. So we have spoken a lot. Like I said to her, I'll play with you for 4 to 5. But 5 to 7 is my time. You don't disturb me. And she supported me at the age of 2. So you need to speak to your children. You need to make them understand. You need to balance it well. If you have 5 to 7, if you're going to dedicate it to your business, then you need to play with your child 11 to 3. You have to balance it really well. That's the whole game is about. So when you talk about the opportunities of Indian women entrepreneurs, we have a lot of opportunities which you are seeing on the screen. Today, women are taking a lot of herbal and healthcare. They are coming up with soaps, homemade shampoos, all homemade products, a lot of small industries. In fact, I am buying a lot from south side of my products, like my personal products. I buy from south of like especially around Salem and Madurai, I'm buying most from there because lots of women are coming up. And sericulture is nothing but silkworm producers, and floriculture is florist. And there are counseling and coaching services industries. So there are a lot of industry options for women. And even women, you can make food at home and sell it. That's a business too. You don't need to do something. You just make food. If you're a wonderful cook, make a food. Become a baker or make whatever. Now lot of people are preparing food for COVID families, so that's a business they've started because they've lost their job, so they've started this business. So you just need to move on. So there is a lot of opportunities for women entrepreneurs, and the government is supporting a lot with a lot of options of loans and schemes. And finally, I'm moving on to the problems in Indian women entrepreneurs. I think with this, I'll be closing my speech. Uh, so the first problem is struggle and obstacles. Women have facing a lot of struggles and obstacles in the personal life, but when it comes to business, also, yeah, it's some struggle and because no surviving in the male-dominated industry, which we say it's there, but things are changing. Women are getting the respect. Women are encouraged. People are buying from us, and women have a lot of talents. No, lot of homemade products are coming up, and even you, we are all having even this lot of nuts, grains, powders, everything is coming up made by women. So what women need to focus on is the lack of confidence. Is what you have to work on your confidence level for sure. And the social cultural barriers which stops the women from achieving her goals. Say women should not go there, women should not go out go out of the state to continue a session, to do or sell a business. Some family stops women from going out. So that's the barrier, cultural barrier which is there. And market oriented risk. There is a competition, like there are lots of products. How I'm going to sell my products? That's a question. Like there are a lot of women says, "Ma'am, I've started a business. Nobody is buying my product. Even 5 soaps I cannot sell." Who you're seeing on the screen, Swag with Deepa and Fashion with Kriti. I think most of you know her. She is. These people are famous from Salem. They are based out of Salem. What they do in the pandemic is these are VJs. What they are seeing on the screen, they are VJs. They are video jockeys. They are famous personalities. So they've been working in some TV shows and within local Salem channels. During this pandemic, they don't know, they cannot do certain work. So what they did is they have these two people have come up with a new model. They connect to women entrepreneurs. So they come live, FB live every day, and Insta live and live everywhere on social pages. They have their own social pages, and women go and give the products to them. Like they are having some saris in her hand, hair oils. In the other hand, there is a jewelry. She is fashion with Kirti. Her name is Kirti Jaikan. So these people are doing amazing work. Like they are earning thousands and thousands in a day. How? What they do is they show the saris through the live. And now I need a sari. I can't go to the shop, so I click. I pay the money. The product gets delivered home. The problem is, I don't know who is selling the sari, and the person who is selling the sari doesn't know how to sell it or doesn't have that much number of customers. But these two people who you are seeing have 15,000 people in their pages, like, and like almost 1 lakh people following them. So there is going to be a 1 lakh people going to buy from them one day or other, and the product just gets sold out within seconds. The moment they show it gets sold out because these people have huge fans. So what you have to do is, if you're planning to start a business, if you don't know how to come up, get connected with such people, those who are doing the marketing for you. You have to pay them. Of course, there is a payment. Then you can start selling your products, and immediately your sales just goes off the rocket. So factors affecting the social and motivation, self motivation is a mindset that a successful business people can understand, and you have should have the attitude to take up risk. That's more important as an entrepreneur. And other factors which helps you are the family support, the government policies, the ecosystem for entrepreneurs, and the environment which is helping the women entrepreneur to achieve the business. So women should also have the knowledge in business administration. If you are not able to do, learn small programs like about finance, about sales, about business. Learn small programs. If you are even selling a sari, you can't say, okay, I'm selling sari, I don't need to know about business. No, there is much more thing how to talk to a customer. Even that women needs to get into training. You have to do that way to get that success. And as I said, awareness about the loan schemes, incentives. So what you can do if you want to know about the financial assistance, you connect with a legal person, a corporate company secretary, or any legal person who runs. They will be in a better position to explain about the loans. If you get into the MSME registrations of government websites, you can see all the loans available for women, the government aided fund loans and schemes. And e-mudra is one for that women, which is given by the government. And you should have the training program exposed to the knowledge on the products about what you are doing. So identifying the available resources, like where can I get the raw materials, where can I sell the raw materials, how can I make it, whom can I go and contact. Like if there is a middle person needed to sell my products, like what you saw the two people selling online, offline, how can I reach my nearby shops and give my products to get it sold. So these are the ways you have to identify. All you need to have is the courage and confidence to do it again. So, women empowerment through entrepreneurship can be got by educations, programs that can be conducted in the institutions in various organization sectors, and training programs on management skills, and continuous monitoring of the training programs. And women has to be encouraged in the decision making in any family decisions or in the personal decisions. You have to now itself, you women, encourage your girl child in the family decision making. Ask them, okay, what do you think about this, can we cook this rice today or make chapati today. Involve that habit. Then when you're involving your daughter in the decision making, your son is also seeing that, the son will follow the same. So you mothers have to start becoming, making your children a leader. It's not that somebody will give you that. You have to start that at your home. You have to teach your son, give respect to the women. Then they will do it when they become big. So I also get into the leadership training, very important for women. Get into the leadership. See, I provide a lot of leadership trainings for women. Join or encourage your friends to join. Tell them that there is a leadership training program. There is not like I just do business, I get money and I go off. Like you should have the knowledge. And when I say empowering women, understanding the financial aspects and the psychological training, like working on the low confidence and low self-esteem levels, women training from various or training groups given by various organizations, and helping from the NGOs. Like there are NGOs who are also doing a lot of opportunities and training programs. They are giving up a lot of opportunities. So that you need to take it up to empower yourself and your community, and learn sales and marketing, which is more important for women in business. And hereby, I'm concluding my speech that there are challenges and opportunities provided to the women in the digital area era, and this is rapidly growing than job seekers. There are a lot of opportunities that women can take up and sell sitting at their home even today. So there are exporters, publishers, garment manufacturers, and there are a lot of uh, schemes given by the government. But the problem is these are available only to a small section of women. Not everyone is aware of. Everybody, the urban, the middle class women know this is existing. Even they are struggling, but the rural women are not at all aware of anything of this. So the you people, if you take up, if you are educated women, you have to take this to the rural women, tell them this is available, use the opportunity. And people, those who need mentorship and coach, have to enroll, get the mentorship of the women, and work together and support women entrepreneurship and take it to the next level. So thank you so much. Here are my some references for this today's presentation that I have referred. Uh, and thank you so much for listening to me. And signing off, Harini Ramaratnam from Yoga Education Services Corp. And this is my contact. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. All you just need to do is just type Viva EduCorp. I'll be there. You can find me. And if you just type Harini Ramaratnam in Google, you can find me about 2 pages running, and you can just connect with me. I have my phone numbers and contacts just available in all my social media. Thank you so much. I'm expressing my gratitude one more time to the college for inviting me to share my knowledge today with you all. Thank you so much. Handing
Thank
over
you.
to the.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your superb and dynamic presentation, ma'am. We are all impressed you, ma'am. Now I request Dr. K. Padmavati, ma'am, to convey the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. I thank our respected secretary and correspondent, Srimati EMGS Indrani Amma, for her blessings, has always encouraged us. Thank you, Amma. I thank our respected president, 3 EMGS Potiraja sir, and respected governing council members, 3 EMGS Potiko Balakrishnan sir and EMGS Arun Poti sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable support and motivation. I thank our beloved principal, Dr. Mrs. V. Pushpalata. Thank you, ma'am, for your enthusiastic support. I thank our Vice Principal, Mrs. A. Sivakama Sundari, ma'am, and our Self-Finance Director, Mrs. Divya Arun Puthi, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I extend my thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Mrs. Harini Ramaratnam. Madam, today's conference was full of knowledge. It gave deep guidance related to the topic and also revealed some interesting facts. The points, what are the development parameters such as vision, mission, goals, motivation, women empowerment was really informative. Once again, I would like to thank our chief guest, Mrs. Harini Madam, for taking out the time from their busy schedule, sharing us with the knowledge. Thank you very much, ma'am. I would like to thank our administrative officer, VM Sundarajan sir, Dean of Academic Affairs, Dr. Mrs. Indarani ma'am, and Controller of Examinations, Mrs. Kamala ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I thank organizing team and the dear participants. Thank you very much for your cooperation and support to functioning this conference a successful one. Once again, I thank everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dear participants, all are please on your video for photo taking.
Dear participants, I request all the participants please unmute your audio, unmute your video for taking a photos.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm audible.
I request all the participants please unmute your video for taking a photos. Satya ma'am, Chitra ma'am. Yes ma'am. Hello ma'am.
Kavita, okay, Kavita, I will take.
Yes ma'am, you can take. Yes ma'am, you can take ma'am.
Ah.
Yes ma'am.
Only few participants are there. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Kavita.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, dear participants.
Thank you, ma'am. Can we leave the meeting, ma'am?